there are many platforms to be able to buy cards on nowadays. Obviously, there's eBay, there's MySlabs, there's ComC, there's so many different platforms. But one of the platforms I love buying cards on, the reason being, there is so much information and so much data available that you can use that is so convenient and so easy to maneuver that you can make split-second decisions and stay out of problems where you purchase the wrong card because you A, become emotional, and B, you don't have all the information that is available. So today what I'll do is a side-by-side comparison, and I basically have is where to invest $175. Is it better to buy a Wander Franco PSA 10 or a Mickey Mantle PSA 1? And I'm using this comparison. I'm not comparing the players. Obviously, one is the best player, in the history of baseball almost, and another is an up-and-coming rookie. The reason I'm doing this is it really, really illuminates the platform and the information that you have on the platform. And very, very easily, one could be a Mickey Mantle fan or a Wander Franco fan. One could be a vintage fan. One could be a modern baseball fan. That's all fine. But information is key, and having that information, making split-second decisions, buying cards and keeping the emotion out of it, and buying the actual rarity of a card is very, very important. So what I'm doing today is doing a side-by-side comparison. And what I want to show you is the alt platform and why, like I said, I love buying cards on alt. For those who don't know about alt is a platform you can purchase, all sports cards and non-sports cards at this present time. They're currently running a promotion. If you use the affiliate link below, you can sign up and you'll get a $10 credit towards your next purchase once you link a bank account, and I'll do so also. That link is in the linked below. But alt to me has a lot of key benefits. When I used alt for the first time, I obviously always hesitant to use a new platform, so I tested it out, and I was very, very happy with my test trials. The first thing I wanted to see is the responsiveness to customer service. To me, that is key. If I have a question, it may be a stupid question to me because I'm the first time on the platform, but it's not a stupid question to me. I'd like to get an answer for that, and I'd like to get it as soon as possible, and I don't want it to go into oblivion. So I sent a few customer service requests out to alt, and this was the time that they were at the national convention. So I didn't really expect a turnaround time, and I was going to give them a little leeway in regards to their turnaround time, but I was amazed. The turnaround time was within an hour. So basically, when I sent that customer service request out, I got an answer to my question, like I said, within an hour's time, and that allowed me to go on to the next thing as far as alt goes. And the next thing was the ability to have my access to my funds, and availability of those funds being being available to me at any time. So I purchased a few cards on alt, and then I sold a few cards on alt, and the sales, like I said, were instantaneous. There was an instant transfer of ownership, and once that transfer was made to me after my money cleared, here's how it works. When you deposit money through ACH of your bank, it takes about a 2-day period of time for that money to clear. Once that money is clear, you're able to do whatever you like with that money, or take it, use it, buy another card, relist the card that you purchased, whatever it is that you like. So my next thing I wanted to do, test with alt, is getting my money back. It's always easier to give people money, but getting your money back is harder. So I sold the card and I requested my money back. It was in my bank account within the next day. It was absolutely amazing, the quickness of it. So now my last thing in my mind as far as using alt was being able to send cards there and being able to retrieve the cards that I do send there when I want them back. So I sent cards to alt, and I sent them out. The day they received them, the next day they were listed on the service with high definition resolutions. All I needed to do was send them in. They have a very simple process of sending cards into them. They make the photographs. They take the photographs. The photographs are awesome. They're very high resolution photographs, and then they list them and they put them in your portfolio. And you can do whatever you want as far as pricing them. You can price them out and list them on the platform, or you can keep them private. So that process was extremely easy. The next thing I did was request my cards to come back from alt. and I put in a request. And the request was a mail label was made within minutes. So everything that I needed to from a platform as far as customer service, availability of money, getting my cards there, getting my cards back, they passed every test. Now there's only a 1% commission, 1.5% commission on alt, and it's no eBay fees because they electronically take your money from your bank account, so they eliminate eBay fees, and there's instantaneous transfer of ownership, so there's no shipping unless you want the actual cards shipped to you. So there's a lot of costs that are saved, and it's a tremendous platform. But everything I just went over makes the platform very, very easy to use, and it's extremely, very, very cost effective. But the one thing that I think is the number one reason why you should be buying cards on alt is the information they give you in a very, very condensed, simple way. Take a look at side-by-side comparison between Mickey Mantle and Wander Franco. Now, on the Mickey Mantle card, you can take a look at it. It is a PSA 1. Okay, worst condition of a mantle. But when you take a look at the information, when you hit on the mantle card, they give you a high definition scan that you're able to zoom in on, able to take a look at where the blemishes are, and the front and back. Second thing that they give you is they basically give you the alt price. What they do with the alt price is that obviously there's a price that it's been listed at, but there's so many cards out there. You can only have so much information in your head in regards to what's the best price for a card, or things change quickly. What's the eBay price? What's the MySlabs price? Where was this card sold? What's going on? In the card market? Is the market falling? So basically, what they provide is an alt price, and that alt price, as you can see below on the bottom right-hand corner, is probably an algorithm of all the sales and all the different platforms on this particular card. It's great to scroll through, and it's tremendous information. You see where the card sold, the highs, the lows. You can see, what I do is I throw out the high, I throw out a low, and I take about a 6 or 8 period last sales, and I kind of average them together, and I get a fair price. And it's usually around the alt price. So I would say it's probably the same type of algorithm that they use to come up with a price. But the alt price is a great way of getting a very, very snap look at a card and get an idea if the card that is listed is a fair value. And that's all you want. You want fair value. You don't want to be buying a card that is 2 or 3 times the price. When dealers have cards in showcase, or people have cards on eBay, sometimes they list them for extraordinary high prices, and there's just no chance of them ever being sold. But you can tell if the listing here is a fair listing. And I'm not saying you can't buy over the alt price, and most of the time you're on a very good quality card you're going to, but what you're going to get an idea is whether or not it's a fair price. And you can see here the alt price here is $134. Excuse me. The old price here, I believe is $114, but this card is being listed for $150. It is a mantle, so you got to pay a premium sometimes, even on a PSA 1 mantle. But that's the information as far as the price goes. Now the bottom information is really, really, really where I feel this is the reason why you should be buying your sports card on alt. It gives you population reports, all condensed in last sales, and a chart of how the card's been trading. And as you can see here, this is a PSA 1. There's 240 PSA 1s. You can see how scarce this card is in high conditions. I know this is not a high condition, but you can just get an idea of the level of rarity of the card. You're talking about a 57-year-old card. Now, these cards are not going to be popping up out of the woodwork anytime soon. So what you see here is probably what you can expect. Now, let's take a look at the Wander Franco comparison. You can see here his cards being listed for $175, which is a fair price based on the recent sales. But let's take a look at the PSA population report. That's over 9,000 PSA 10s. Now that's 9,000. This is a 2-year-old card. So you can see the chart on the bottom left-hand side, what happened with this particular card. It turned into a commodity. So basically you see Juan DeFranco in the early years, basically you can get the card where it is right now. If you bought this card last year, you're at the exact same level of where you entered. What I mean by that is there was a big run up in the price of the card, and then there was a overpopulation of the card. You can see where it spiked when it was called up. But you can see what happened afterwards. This card has plummeted, and it's not because of Juan DeFranco himself. It's because of the population of the card. So when you're looking at all this information, you ask yourself, I'm just using a comparison of whether you would rather buy an overpopulated card with over 9,000 tens in a 2-year period of time, or buy a vintage card with a very, very low population, even in high conditions, but even in low conditions, in the worst condition possible, there's only 240. And I know there's more. When you pull up the population report, you can take a look at the population report. And this is my point. When I buy a card on say eBay, and I want to look at a population report, I got to change the screen. I got to go to eBay. I got to let's put in the population report, put in the Mickey Mantle, information. Then I got to scroll through it and see how, there's so many different types, and if you don't put it in exactly, it doesn't pop up. But vintage is not bad. It does pop up, and you get a pretty good idea of what the population is once you look at the picture that I'm showing you here. You can get an idea that in low grades, in PSA 1, PSA 2, PSA 3, you're looking at under probably 1,400 that have been graded under PSA 3. You got probably another 1,400 at PSA 4, PSA 5, another 1,400, almost a little over 1,400 at 6, 7. Is where it starts getting rare. Got about 986, 8, 503, then 9 and 10, obviously through the moon. In regards to rarity of 43 and 1, the price indicates that. But my point is this: it would have taken me 3 minutes, 4 minutes to look up this particular card. Now, if I just want to say, okay, I want to look up a Juan DeFranco, I got to do the exact same information. And in his card, when you punch in the information, there are 50 different variations that you have to wade through. And God forbid you punch in the wrong information, got the wrong, and you punch in, you clicked on the wrong information, and you were a little confused, you would get the wrong information. Here, say you punch in the right information, you can take a look at it, and it's another 3 or 4 minute period of time. So between looking at and comparing those two cards, probably take you about a 6 to 10 minute period of time between punching in the information, go to PSA, and comparing these two cards. It's not even side by side, but when you're buying a card on alt, this information is instantaneously in front of you. To me, that is just an absolute godsend. And when you're buying cards and you have that information there, that's good for the industry. That's good for the business, for the hobby. The reason being, all the information is available to everyone. Okay, price, population, how the card's been trading, last sales. That's what I wanted to see every single time I buy a card. And all the other platforms have their benefits, but none of them have all this information in one spot. And this is the reason why I feel alt is a tremendous platform, and I'm going to be using over and over. If you're not on alt at this present time, like I said, you should use the affiliate link below and sign up, attach your bank account, and you'll get a $10 credit you can use towards your next purchase of a card, and they will also credit me the same. But I just wanted to make this a video just to basically give you and show you the major benefit of having this information readily available at your fingertips using alt. I'm going to go over other features in other videos, but as of right now, I just wanted to go over this particular feature and get this out there. Thanks, and have a great day.